What's up,
FHN? I'm Aidan.
And I'm Freya, and we've got a great show for you this week.
Guess what, Freya? We only have a week left until winter break.
I know, I'm super pumped. And that means the classes are finishing up projects and getting ready for finals, which will be held January 10th through 12th this year.
All right, let's see what the freshman English class has been working on in this story by Molly Cowick.
In my pre-AP class, we've been reading Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck.
I think that it's actually a pretty good book. I have no complaints about it. It's set in an older time, so there is certain things like racism and sexism, and honestly, it doesn't really discomfort me, but it's more of like, it's something that doesn't really like please anybody, so I would say it's nothing to be worried about, but it's like, it's set in that time, so it's reasonable to have it in there, just a bit unsettling.
I genuinely like it. There's a lot of misogynistic underlining tones in it, but other than that, it's a pretty good book.
It's okay. I mean, it's not my favorite book we've ever read in school, but I think it's still good.
The kicker that's really challenging with pre-AP, right, is that if we are preparing you for an AP literature course, you have to have a conceptual understanding of a lot of the classics, which end up being really boring old dead white dude books. But it's really hard to be successful if you're not getting some type of exposure to that. And I think Of Mice and Men is a really accessible start to that exposure. And it's also just kind of a good litmus test to see like how quickly can we pace things, how hard can I push y'all, all of that stuff.
Wow, I remember reading Of Mice and Men as a freshman.
Yeah, me too. Time's really flown since then, hasn't it?
It definitely has. You know, I've probably been playing video games for most of that.
Did you know that Trapf actually did a walkthrough on the game Potioncraft Alchemist Simulator?
Oh, that sounds crazy. Let's check it out.
Hey FHN, and welcome to another game overview. Today we will be going over Potioncraft, although some of you may know it as Alchemist Simulator because of Markiplier. You play as an aspiring alchemist who just opened their shop. You're hoping to gain a good reputation within the town you settled so your business will continue to thrive. You live in a tiny store with a magical garden that grows new ingredients daily. There's no need to worry that you will run out either, so long as you have enough money. Occasionally, you will have visitors who aren't looking for a potion, but rather to sell you their wares. Before you get into that, though, you start off knowing nothing about how to make a potion, and have to explore a map to find the recipes. On top of that, there are plenty of ways to improve your brewing skills, like buying alchemy machine parts. You can't just play willy-nilly either. Your customers will have specific requests, though they may not be very clear, and you might have to haggle with them to get more money. They have high expectations after all. Currently, it's an early access game, yet it already has very positive reviews. It is unfortunately single player, so if you want to play with friends, this isn't the game for you. However, if you are looking for a simple simulator game with a bit of a witchy aspect to it, this is perfect.
That looks like a really cool game, Rachel.
Yeah, it does. I'm not an alchemist or anything, but I do know how to bake pretty well.
What do you bake?
Everything really, cookies, muffins. Recently, I made some blueberry bread loaf. That wasn't that bad.
It actually sounds really good. How'd you make it?
Well, luckily for you and our viewers, I got a recipe for you right here. What's up, FHN? My name's Aidan, and today we're going to be making a blueberry bread loaf. So we're going to preheat the oven to about 325. Boop. We're going to let that preheat, and then we're going to get started. So yeah, these are all the ingredients you're going to need, so let's get started. To start off with is 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, and a whole teaspoon of baking powder or baking soda. Yeah, I know how to cook. All of the dry stuff and just kind of mix it together a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to take half a cup of butter and we're going to stick it in the microwave for about 10 seconds just to melt it up. And do that repeatedly until it's really melted. You don't want to put it in for too long because it will explode. Okay, so now we're going to take half a cup of milk and pour that into a medium mixing bowl. And we're going to take our butter, we're just going to kind of mix it up a little bit. Just make sure it's all melted, don't use knife kids. And then that's just gonna go right into our milk. Alrighty, and now we're gonna take 2 large eggs. Alrighty, so we're gonna drop 2 eggs into our bowl, and we're just gonna lightly beat them. Alrighty, and then that's just gonna go right into our milk and butter. So we're just gonna make a little well in the center of our dries. We're just gonna take our mixture and then just right on in. That is disgusting. That is really gross. Take one of your big forks and then just go ham. Just really go ham at it. And you want to stir it up till everything's moistened. You really just want to pick up all the flour in there. So yeah, you want to get it to about this consistency where you can really just kind of fold it over on itself. So now we're gonna take our main ingredient, obviously, our blueberries, and we're just gonna kill it, and we're just gonna kind of fold them in. Kind of fold your dough around it. Just really mix it together. All right, we're gonna take our pan, just lightly grease. We're gonna take our batter and just kind of flop it all. Alright, we're just gonna kind of smooth out the top of it, get all the stuff on the side scraped down. Alright, now that we have our batter done and in the pan, we're gonna stick it in the oven. And we're gonna let that cook for about 60 minutes to 70 minutes. See you all then. Alright, and then you want to just take a little fork or a toothpick or whatever and stick it right in the middle. And if it comes up dry, you're good to go. Ready? Ooh, that's, oh my god. Alrighty, so here we have our bread loaf. Let's take a piece. The bread, but you know, the blueberries add a nice flavor to it. Hot. So sweet. I think that there's a lot of sugar in this. Alright. Alrighty, well thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any more that you would like me to try, let me know down below. See you later.
Wow, Aidan, that actually looks really good.
Thanks. Baking actually reminds me of this one game called Cookie Run.
I think I've heard of that. A lot of the characters actually look pretty cool. You know, Max Ramirez and Hayley Aldenderfer did a podcast ranking the characters from the game.
That sounds really cool. Let's check it out.
What's up, FHN? This is Max, and I recently made a tier list with Hayley ranking all of the cookies from Cookie Run Kingdom. They were ranked off of both design and personality. Here are a few snippets of our rankings.
Okay, so Red Velvet. I really like his character.
Sans.
Well, thanks for ruining Red Velvet.
You can die.
Explain why.
Her entire personality is Coco. She's like, oh, I love the hot Coco. No, I hate you. I like how he was a cryogenically frozen child who woke up and was the only living person in the Vanilla Kingdom, and I thought he was going to join Dark Enchantress, but now he's actually just part of the Vanilla Kingdom, and I like that. Good character arc.
I didn't know that. What lore did I miss?
Yeah, he's the... Yeah. Dark Choco. I like him and his dad. You are my dad.
You're my dad.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Yeah, Dark Choco's pretty neat.
So Frost Queen was like, well, nature's got to do what nature's got to do, and then froze her.
That sounded like she was gonna pee or something.
Nature's got to do what nature's got to do. Costume Gacha in Kingdom is leagues better than Costume Gacha in Oven Break.
And then both are leagues better than Genshin
Genshin
Gacha.
Impact.
Like, look at that. That is some...
Politics is like a river, and I am a fish.
Neither. I like her voice, too. Like, at first I was iffy about it, but I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty neat.
Yeah, classic old person voice.
Financer Cookie? Financer Cookie reminds me of Percy.
I like how you call it Financer Cookie.
Was it not that?
It's like Financier Cookie.
Financer.
So, Financial Advisor Cookie.
Thank you all for watching, and be sure to check out our other content on FHNtoday.com.
Wow, I can't wait to listen to the rest of the podcast.
Me too. Earlier this quarter, on November 5th, NHS actually held a craft fair here at the school.
Well, here's a closer look in this story by Sassy Garcia and Allison Bass.
So, National Honor Society is based off the four characteristics of character, scholarship, leadership, and service. I have close to 100 students of the senior class in National Honor Society. They do service hours. They have to get 70 points by March of their senior year. We do it on a point system. 1 hour of service is equal to 1 point.
There's a lot of different opportunities offered for sure. A lot of it is kind of like what happened today, a lot of setting up events, helping take down events. It's a lot of like behind the scenes that not a lot of people see and not a lot of people like think about to help with. So I've done a lot of like helping set up things, helping just like make sure everything's kind of running smoothly. I know they do a lot like you can go to the elementary school and help watch the kids while the parents are doing parent-teacher conferences or like meetings and stuff like that. It's a lot of just like behind the scenes helping people out.
I think volunteering is important because it helps the community show that you like care about helping others, and it just really shows you that your school has people that want to care and want to help.
I think it's a really good opportunity, NHS is, to, I feel like a lot of people want to volunteer but find it hard to find the time or find the motivation. I think NHS really gives you that push, that reason to go do community volunteer work, and it really like makes you like a more well-rounded person, I think.
Well, that's all we've got for you this week, FHN.
Be sure to follow us on all of our socials at FHNtoday, and be sure to download our new app, also called FHNtoday, to keep up with all the amazing stuff going on at school.
Until next time, I'm Freya.
And I'm Aidan, signing off.